It started on a humid afternoon, the kind of heat that sticks to your skin and makes electric fans feel useless. The gym was tucked behind a busy street in Metro Manila, above a row of sari-sari stores and a carinderia, where the smell of fried bangus mixed with exhaust fumes. Inside, the walls were covered with old posters of fighters, some torn, some yellowed with age. The floor mats were worn, patched together like stories that had been stepped on thousands of times. Most people didn't notice the janitor when he came in every afternoon after work. He wore faded pants, rubber shoes with loose soles, and a plain shirt soaked in sweat. His name was Lito. He cleaned offices in the morning, washed jeepneys on weekends, and mopped the floors of this gym at night to earn extra pesos. To many, he was just Kuya Lito, the quiet guy who swept the mats and wiped mirrors after training. What they didn't know was that Lito stayed after everyone left. When the lights were half off and the city noise softened, he practiced alone. Slow movements at first, careful footwork, repeating the same strikes again and again, like prayer beads sliding through his fingers. No music, no camera, just breathing and discipline. One afternoon, a visitor walked into the gym. He was confident, loud, and clearly experienced. A black belt from overseas, traveling and training, the kind who carried himself like the room should make space for him. People noticed immediately. His belt was clean, his gear expensive, his posture proud. He joked with the coach, laughed loudly, and started sparring with the regular students. He dominated them easily. After one round, he sat down, wiping sweat from his face, scanning the room like he was bored. Then he noticed Lito. The janitor was in the corner, mopping near the edge of the mat, head down, silent. The black belt smirked and said something half-joking, half-mocking. "That guy trains too?" Laughter rippled through the gym. Someone explained, "Ah, Janitor Lang, tumutulong lang dito." The black belt laughed louder. "Let him spar, just for fun." The room went quiet. Lito froze, mop in hand. He looked up, surprised. People waited for him to decline. That's what was expected. But after a few seconds, he nodded slowly. "Opo," he said softly. He put the mop aside, bowed slightly, and stepped onto the mat. At first, people laughed. Some pulled out their phones, expecting a quick joke, maybe even a humiliation. The black belt stretched, confident, barely taking it seriously. The bell rang. The first few seconds were calm. Lito moved lightly, almost shyly. The black belt attacked fast, testing him. Jab. Low kick. Another jab. Lito blocked, stepped back, eyes focused. No panic. No wasted motion. The laughter faded. The black belt attacked harder now, sensing something was off. But Lito's timing was sharp. He slipped punches like he'd done it 1,000 times. His footwork was quiet, efficient, Filipino in rhythm, like a dancer who learned movement from survival, not show. Then it happened. A clean counter. Not flashy, just precise. The black belt stumbled. The room exploded with noise. Phones were up now, not to mock, but to capture. The black belt's smile disappeared. He came in aggressive, ego bruised. Lito stayed calm. He didn't rush. He didn't showboat. He moved like someone who knew exactly who he was. Another exchange. Another clean hit. The black belt was breathing heavy now. When the round ended, the gym was silent. The coach stared. The students stared. Even the black belt looked confused. They went another round. This time, there was no doubt. Lito controlled the pace. Every movement was purposeful. Years of quiet training revealed in minutes. When the bell rang, the black belt stepped back, nodded slowly, and bowed. Respect replaced laughter. Afterward, people gathered around Lito, asking questions. Where did you train? How long? Why didn't you tell anyone? He just smiled shyly. Matagal na, he said. A long time. What many didn't know was that Lito grew up in the province. No fancy gym, just open space, discipline, and elders who taught him that strength is quiet and respect comes before recognition. Life forced him to choose work over dreams, but he never stopped training. He carried his skills the same way he carried his broom, without complaint. That short sparring video spread fast. Social media loved the story. A janitor humbling a black belt. But what kept people watching wasn't just the shock. It was the heart, the humility, the reminder that in the Philippines, greatness often hides behind simple lives. Comments flooded in. People shared their own stories. The tricycle driver who used to be a boxer. The construction worker who trained martial arts as a kid. The security guard who never forgot his discipline. The video wasn't just about fighting. It was about dignity. Lito didn't quit his job. He still cleans, still shows up early, still stays late. But now, when he steps onto the mat, people make space, not out of fear, but respect. And every time someone new walks into that gym, confident and loud, the old students just smile. Because in that small, humid gym in the Philippines, everyone learned a lesson they'll never forget. Never underestimate the quiet ones. Sometimes, the strongest people are the ones the world walks past every day.